7 properties, 5 beside the Ohakea Air Force Base near Bulls in the Manawatu region and 2 neighbouring the Woodburn Air Force Base in Blenheim have been found to have contaminated drinking water. 64 properties were tested after the Defence Force discovered chemicals previously used in firefighting foam had leached into soil and water on and near the bases. Potentially carcinogenic, they were used in firefighting foams for almost 50 years and have been found at sites close to airports and military bases in Australia and now New Zealand. The chemicals are bioaccumulative, meaning they don't break down in the environment. The government says the first stage of testing is complete, and the Defence Force is talking to people who have drinking water contamination above guidelines. But Checkpoint has spoken to half a dozen farmers this afternoon who've been tested. Most are frustrated by a lack of information. Aaron Taylor's farms received the runoff from the Ohakea Air Force Base, and he hasn't a clue what's going on.
I got in touch with them. One of our properties was supposed to have been tested, but the bore's been decommissioned and filled in. But I rang them about one of our other properties that gets flooded out by all the water from there, and they just pretty much told me to ring bloody MPI or the Ministry of Health.
So you have more than one property that is a neighbour to or very near the airbase?
Yeah. So our main farms, we've got one farm that's probably about a K from the airbase up there, and then our main farms down the road a bit further are probably about maybe 3 or 4K, and the other ones, so all the water that drains off the airbase comes down across our down behind our farms, and when we get flooded out from there very regularly. We've got sort of 300 acres that goes underwater with all the surface water off Ohakea, and that was my concern. We've got a shallow bore in that floodplain, and they didn't want to know about it.
So when Ohakea floods, the water ends up on your farm? Yeah,
it does. Yep. And it doesn't take a great deal of water to flood it out now, with there being so much bloody concrete and roof area up there. It's when I was a little kid, it used to take 4 or 5 inches, but now when it's waterlogged, it only takes an inch, and we're underwater. So we're getting flooded off there very regularly. And
do you think you've been tested? Do you know whether or not you've been tested?
No, we haven't been tested. Because I contacted them. Like our bores on our main farms are very deep, so I seriously doubt that they would be affected. But it was the shallow bore that I want to test. That's by my house. And the water out of that shallow bore feeds a cow shed, and which washes the inside of a plant, and it waters the garden and stuff around my house, which my kids play in under the sprinkler and stuff. So that was my concern, though. They just pretty much fobbed us off and said, "No, you're outside of the testing zone. We don't want to know."
So what's your sense, and what's the broader sense there? Has this been a rigorous and good faith process to find out what has been going on with the compounds, the PFAS from this foam?
To the best of my knowledge, they haven't told us anything. We don't even know what it is. That was when I rang them to find out what it actually is and what it causes. That's when they told me to get in touch with MPI and the Ministry of Health. They wouldn't elaborate as to what it is, what it does, and what it causes, which is very frustrating. And after googling it, the what's been going on over in Australia, you read about it and it's a carcinogenic, so it doesn't read well. Why aren't they telling us more?
So that is from a neighbour about a K away from the Ohakea Air Force Base. The Defence Force has declined an interview. They've asked instead for written questions. They must think we're a newspaper in 1872. We are waiting for a response.